Summer's here, and while everyone else is posting beach photos and sleeping in, there's a small group of people who see something different. They see 90 days. 90 days to completely rebuild themselves while the rest of the world is on autopilot. They call it the summer arc, and it's about to separate the talkers from the doers. Let me paint you a picture. It's September 1st. You walk into a room full of people who haven't seen you since May. They do a double take. They're confused. You look different. You carry yourself different. Something changed, and they can't quite figure out what. That's what happens when you actually commit to 90 days of intentional transformation, while everyone else was just existing. But here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say out loud. Most people hearing about Summer Arc right now are going to fail. Not because it's impossible, not because they're not capable. They'll fail because they treat it like some Instagram challenge instead of what it actually is. A complete identity shift compressed into 3 months. You've probably already tried something like this before. New Year's resolutions that died by February. That 30-day challenge you quit on day 5. The workout plan that lasted 2 weeks. And every time you quit, you told yourself a story. You were too busy. The timing wasn't right. You'll start again when things calm down. What if I told you the problem was never the timing? It was the approach. See, most people think Summer Arc is about picking random goals and hustling harder. Wake up at 5, hit the gym, read books, make money. They try to change everything at once, burn out in 3 weeks, then blame the challenge. That's not how this works. The real Summer Arc is built on something most self-improvement gurus won't tell you because it's not sexy enough to sell. It's built on systems, not intensity. It's built on sustainability, not suffering. And it starts with understanding one simple fact. Your current daily routine created the current version of you. If you want a different version, you need a different routine. Think about your average day right now. What time do you actually wake up? What's the first thing you do? When most people answer honestly, they realize they're not living intentionally at all. They're reacting. Alarm goes off, hit snooze twice, scroll phone in bed, rush through morning, spend the day putting out fires, collapse at night, repeat. That's not a routine. That's chaos with a schedule. Now imagine this instead. You wake up with purpose. Not because some motivational video told you to, but because you designed a morning that actually sets you up to win. You know exactly what you're doing and why. Every hour has intention. Every action builds towards something. That's what the next 90 days are actually about. But before you can build that, you need to understand the framework. Summer Arc isn't one thing. It's 4 pillars working together. And if you ignore even one, the whole thing collapses. Physical transformation, mental clarity, skill development, and relationship with yourself. Miss one, and you're just optimizing pieces while the foundation cracks. The physical part is obvious. Everyone wants the six-pack, the muscle, the glow-up. But here's what they miss. Your body is the testing ground for discipline. If you can't control what you eat and how you move, how are you going to control your business, your emotions, your future? Your body is the easiest thing to change because the rules are simple. The question is, can you follow simple rules consistently? Mental clarity is the part most people skip entirely. They're so busy doing they forget to think. They consume content all day but never process it. Their mind is cluttered with everyone else's opinions, and they wonder why they feel lost. The next 90 days require space, actual silence, time to figure out what you actually want instead of what you've been told to want. Then there's skill development. This is where Summer Arc becomes actually valuable beyond just looking better. What can you do in September that you can't do right now? What skill could you build in 90 focused days that changes your income, your opportunities, your entire trajectory? That's the question nobody's asking. And finally, your relationship with yourself. This is the one that determines whether everything else actually sticks. You can have the body, the skills, the routine, but if you still hate yourself, if you're still running from something, if you're still proving something to people who don't matter, none of it means anything. Summer Arc is where you stop performing and start becoming. So, how do you actually build this? Let's get practical. The first step is designing your non-negotiables. These are the 3 to 5 things you will do every single day no matter what. Not 10 things. Not a massive list that looks impressive but guarantees failure. 3 to 5 maximum. For most people, it looks something like this. Wake up at a specific time. Train your body for at least 30 minutes. Spend 1 hour on skill development. Eat within your target calories. No phone for the first hour after waking. That's 5 things. Simple, clear, trackable. You do those every day for 90 days, and you're a completely different person by September. But here's where people mess up. They set these goals, get excited for 2 days, then life happens. They miss 1 day and think they've failed. Let me tell you something that'll save you right now. You're going to miss days. You're going to have bad workouts. You're going to eat poorly sometimes. That's not failure. Failure is letting 1 bad day turn into 4 bad days. The difference between people who transform and people who quit is this. Winners get back on track immediately. They don't spiral. They don't need to wait until Monday to start again. They just reset the next morning. Now let's talk about what actually happens during these 90 days, because nobody tells you the truth about this part. The first 2 weeks feel incredible. You're motivated, energized, seeing quick progress. Everything feels possible. Then week 3 hits. The novelty wears off. Your body's sore. The routine feels boring. You start questioning if it's worth it. This is called the dip, and it's where most people quit. They think something's wrong. They think they've lost motivation. But the dip isn't a problem. It's proof you're doing it right. It means you're past the excitement phase and entering the building phase. This is where real change happens. Push through the dip, and you hit week 6. Something shifts. The habits don't feel hard anymore. They feel normal. You stop needing motivation because you've built momentum. Your body's changing, your mind's clearer, your skills are developing. People start noticing. They ask what you're doing differently. And around week 10, something even better happens. You realize you don't want to stop. September comes, and instead of celebrating the end, you're already planning the next phase. That's the real goal of Summer Arc. Not just 90 days of discipline. It's using 90 days to prove to yourself that you're capable of change, that you're not stuck, that the person you've been isn't the person you have to stay. So here's what you need to do right now. Pick your 3 to 5 non-negotiables. Write them down, not in your notes app. Actually write them on paper. Put them somewhere you'll see every morning. Then wake up tomorrow and do them. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you have it all figured out. Just start. Because every single day you wait is another day the current version of you gets more permanent. The next 90 days are happening whether you use them or not. The only question is who you'll be when they're over. Most people will hear everything I just said and do nothing. They'll feel inspired for about 20 minutes. Maybe save this video. Tell themselves they'll start Monday. Monday comes, they'll push it to next week. Next week becomes next month. And suddenly it's September and they're exactly where they are right now, wondering where the time went. Don't be that person. You've got 90 days to become someone you actually respect when you look in the mirror. 90 days to build something real instead of just talking about it. The difference between who you are right now and who you could be in September isn't talent or luck or perfect circumstances. It's whether you actually start tomorrow morning and keep going when it stops feeling exciting. So what's it going to be? Are you going to treat this like every other piece of content you've consumed and forgotten? Or are you finally ready to prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you've been settling for? Because Summer Arc doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your past failures or your fears or your doubts. It just asks one question. Can you show up consistently for 90 days? Your answer starts tomorrow at whatever time you decided to wake up. Everything you need to know is already in this video. The only thing left is whether you'll actually do it.